This is Life for You, the first TV magazine in Second Life, with Kira Singh and Christoph Broom. Life for You is a proud media partner of the Metaverse European Second Life Conference and Expo, taking place on November 19th and 20th in Munich. You want to join? Get all the information you need under www.metaverse07.com.
Hello, Second Lifers, and welcome to Life for You.
Once again, we are the definitive guide to what's hot and happening in Second Life.
Let's take a look at our top stories this week.
Be your own CSI detective. Old media meets new media. How TV giant CBS tries to conquer SL with hundreds of Sims and an amazing offshoot to the most successful TV show in Second Life. Boring museums? Not in SL. We'll show you how an increasing number of exhibitions are bringing new life to art in Second Life. Not only can you enjoy looking at a Van Gogh, you can walk straight into one of his paintings and maybe even meet the girl of your dreams. It's wishing hour in Second Life. That's right, Halloween in virtual world. We ventured to the biggest Sims created solely for this year's spooky event. We'll show you the scariest ghost train and the best place to buy a witch.
So, Chris, I was intrigued when I heard about the new Whodunit virtual game coming to Second Life.
Yeah, me too. The Paris Hilton of SL gets killed?
Oh, so this Avi has been the subject of all the SL gossip columns too?
Well, not quite. Draxter Dupre has more.
Convergence. Quite a few old media titans have discovered virtual worlds of late.
Cooper decided to relive the glory of his old crime in virtual reality.
Well, let's find him before he grabs another innocent girl.
Yeah, those guys too, but I meant CSI New York. The most watched TV show worldwide, seen on CBS, has just broadcast the episode Down the Rabbit Hole, where investigators took a trip into SL.
She made herself look like her avatar.
As part of a pioneering cross-platform experience, CSI fans can now also solve murder mysteries in CSI's virtual crime lab. Anthony Zuiker is the creator of the franchise.
Facial reconstruction, puzzles, memory games. Murder by Zuiker. One crime scene a month. In 500 words or less, go ahead and type out what you think happened in this whole virtual murderous world. And if you're close, I'll give you a prize.
The Electric Sheep Company, owned in part by CBS, is behind the concept, which could bring millions of new residents into SL practically overnight. Coinciding with the episode's broadcast, the Sheep also rolled out their customized SL client, the OnRes Viewer. The client includes integrated browsing, meaning you won't be distracted anymore by switching between apps just to post a note on Twitter. Forseti Swarog is the head of software at the Sheep.
OnRes Viewer is what CSI fans are going to download. It has been designed for the new user, but I think that some people in the existing community will find it useful as well.
The Sheep developed their viewer when Linden Lab open sourced its software, but the OnRes client itself is not open source since it was created under commercial license. This has caused some to suggest the Lindens are doling out special access. Prokofy Neva is one critic who does not see anything open about this project. She spoke to Nick Wilson on the Second Rant podcast recently.
For Linden Lab to accept payment for 3 years for people to establish businesses of all kinds, and then in one day say, oh, we're going to have a preferred customer, put aside a team of developers, we're going to lay on hundreds of Sims, and you're SOL if you can't log on that day because, there's going to be 1 million people coming in.
Electric Sheep Company has responded to some of Prokofy's concerns on their blog, but she also expressed reluctance towards TV tie-ins as a whole.
Another 1 million of people come along, and it'll be all watching the detectives, and that will be the culture. And these will be people babysat by big companies and ad agencies and so on, and sold to. Why does that get to happen when we pay tier for this? Have a little bit more consciousness of the public good here.
Some SL residents, on the other hand, look forward to the CSI experiment, including machinist and photographer Kronos Kerkorian.
The television becomes an extension of the Second Life experience and vice versa. There's some possibility for some interesting new media, and we might be able to see some things that we've never had before.
As to the onslaught of CSI fans that many fear might destabilize fragile SL, the Sheep have acquired several hundreds of islands, multiple copies of the same sim to do load balancing. Vercetti acknowledges this project is pushing the boundaries. He says the bigger picture is about growth.
Right now, Second Life's retention rates are horrible, and we have to simplify and soften the landing process. We need to give people value and also not flood them with complexity when they're already entering a rather strange new world.
So, if androids dream of electric sheep, what do the sheep then dream of? Carving out the biggest market share for themselves and their developer buddies, killing off SL individualism, and ushering in an era of controlled mass entertainment? Again, Vercetti Swarog.
As an ecosystem, everyone has a part to play. Linden Lab, the consulting companies, the real-world companies, the efforts of residents, it's all working together to try to make Second Life a rich and diverse environment.
Believing in a world that is what you make of it, I am Detective Dupre, solving crimes for Anthony Zuiker and getting pocket money from Life for You.
Thanks, Drax. And remember, the CSI New York Sims just opened on October 24th.
Now let's take a look at the other virtual news in brief, this time with a special report on UN World Development Day.
Presented by SL Insight, the Second Life portal.
The Second Life of the Mind. Junichi Yoshiba, a Japanese scientist and associate professor at Keio University, says he's found a way to let people stroll through the virtual world of Second Life using their own imagination. Their non-invasive brain-computer interface is designed to allow people to move computer cursors via their brainwaves. This technology might soon enable people suffering paralysis to communicate with others and also do business, chat, and go shopping in a virtual world. We're looking forward to seeing what the future holds for this amazing new technology. Help protect indigenous trees. Visitors to Second Chance Trees Island use the site's multimedia information to learn about the planet's endangered rainforests and the dangers of deforestation. Guests can take a look at healthy forests and also buy virtual indigenous trees to plant wherever you like. For each virtual tree you buy, a corresponding tree will be planted in a needy region such as Costa Rica, Brazil, and others. Help the world! Arts in Ice. The Snow Tiger Group expanded their sim to include a new art gallery located directly in the ice mountain. After the opening ceremony, which featured the Belgian rock group Grensgeval, visitors were invited to the multi-story gallery to enjoy different works by 4 artists. Xavier Taov displayed pictures of New York. Zenara Zenovka had much more erotic images on view. Jianki Lindman looked back at the past, and, last but not least, Nars Guffler showed us his Hamburg. If the sim is not too laggy, visit it. UN World Development Day. This past Wednesday evening, UN World Development Day was celebrated on the Grundfos sim with 360-degree photographs from John Pano and other contributors. This island focuses on issues of sustainable development, environmental pollution, and energy consumption. We took the opportunity to ask event coordinator Delia Lake about her projects.
As you may have noticed walking around the sim, there are a couple of models of African villages, and one is with no clean water supply, and the other is with a water pump, solar and wind powered, that was put there by Grundfos.
We asked why they started their activities in Second Life and what their goals were in the virtual world.
We have the opportunity here in Second Life to be part of this wonderful day, and to show not only the work that the UN does, but work that individuals and small groups of people can do in support of the work that the UN is doing.
Thanks to Delia Lake, event coordinator of the Grundfos Group, for the interview. Life for You hopes that Grundfos Sim gets as many visitors as possible.